700,000 years of galactic war ended in 50 minutes by USS Stardestroyer. The galaxy was quiet in some places and burning in others. Planets glowed with cities and machines, and asteroids floated like lonely islands in the darkness. Fleets of ships moved across the stars, each one carrying soldiers who had been trained to fight and die. This war had lasted so long that almost no one remembered how it started. 700,000 years of fighting had left scars on stars, moons, and entire planets. Entire civilizations had fallen, and new ones had risen from the ashes. Some alien species had grown strong from the chaos, while others had learned only how to survive. War was the only constant. On the edge of a star cluster called Orionis, a small human ship moved silently. It was nothing like the massive war machines that controlled the galaxy. The ship was called USS Stardestroyer, but it looked simple. Its hull was polished, its engines quiet, and its weapons minimal by galactic standards. Inside, the crew worked with calm focus, knowing their world was small, their history young, and their place in the galaxy unknown. Captain Alex Carter walked through the control room, his boots making soft sounds on the metal floor. He was tall, with dark hair that curled at the ends and eyes that seemed to study everything carefully. Beside him, Commander Ben Harris observed the stars on the main screen, his arms crossed, his face calm but alert. "All signals are coming from the war zone," Ben said, pointing to the cluster of blinking lights on the map. "Do you think we should move closer, Captain?" Alex nodded slowly. "Yes, we need to see it for ourselves. Humans have never fought in this galaxy. We need to understand what they are doing before we act." Lieutenant Noah King, the youngest officer on the ship, looked at the map nervously. "Captain, these fleets are enormous, thousands of ships on each side. The signals show weapons firing, explosions, and civilian distress calls. It is overwhelming." "We are not here to fight yet," Alex said calmly. "We are here to observe and learn. Humans survive by thinking, not by rushing into danger. That is why we are still here while the galaxy burns." Engineer Ethan Brooks tapped on a console, adjusting power levels. "All systems are ready. The engines can push us past the war zone in seconds if needed. Shields are functioning at maximum efficiency. Weapons are calibrated but inactive." Alex nodded, satisfied. He turned to Ben. "Bring us closer, slowly. We do not want to be noticed yet." The USS Star Destroyer moved like a shadow through space. It passed planets, moons, and asteroids, each one scarred by battles long past. They saw massive warships with weapons glowing red and blue, firing at one another. Some ships exploded into clouds of fire and metal, while others moved in complex formations, like dancers in a deadly ballet. The humans watched quietly, noting patterns, weaknesses, and strange tactics that had been repeated for centuries. "Why hasn't anyone destroyed the other side already?" Noah asked, his voice low. "I mean, some of these fleets are huge. Shouldn't one side win in a few years, not hundreds of thousands?" Ben shook his head. "They are too stubborn, too proud, and their technology is balanced. Every time one side gains an advantage, the other side finds a way to match it. It is like a game with no end. And they do not think about the consequences. Planets, moons, stars, it does not matter. They fight until there is nothing left." Alex frowned. "That is what makes humans different. We survive because we learn from mistakes. We do not repeat failures for centuries. We see the cost of war and avoid it when possible." As they moved closer, the humans noticed the suffering. Civilian ships tried to escape the conflict but were intercepted by warships. Planets that had been untouched for centuries were now in flames. Cries for help came across the communication channels, but most of it was drowned by static, interference, and automated warnings. Alex's face tightened. He hated war, even in observation. "Send a message to the nearest fleet," Alex said. "Tell them we are watching. We are not participating yet, but they need to know someone is seeing everything." Noah hesitated. Won't they attack us if they know we are here? Maybe, Alex said. But they need to learn that the galaxy is not endless. No one can fight forever without consequences. Humans survive because we understand limits. The message was sent. The response came almost immediately, but it was not words. It was fire. Thousands of ships turned their weapons toward the tiny human vessel. The galaxy had never seen such confidence from such a small ship. Ben's fingers flew across the console, activating shields and calculating evasive moves. Ethan adjusted the engine output to maximum. "They think we are weak," Alex said, calm as ever. "They do not understand humans yet." For minutes, the Star Destroyer dodged beams, missiles, and energy storms. The ship moved with speed and precision, avoiding destruction while still staying in the heart of the battle. The alien commanders were confused. A single human ship had no reason to be here, no power to challenge them, and yet it survived where many fleets had fallen. "Look at that," Noah said, eyes wide. "We have dodged every attack. They cannot even touch us." "Humans are unpredictable," Alex said. "And when humans act, they act with purpose. The galaxy has forgotten purpose." From their observation point, they could see patterns in the war. Centuries of conflict had made aliens rigid in their strategies. Formations were repeated, attacks were predictable, and even their strongest ships had weak points. Humans noticed the smallest details. Alex's mind worked like a web, connecting data points that alien commanders would never see. "Captain," Ethan said, pointing at a massive fleet, "their engines are overused. If we act carefully, we can block them without destroying ships." Alex smiled faintly. "We will not destroy, we will show them something new. Humans do not need to kill to win." As the ship moved closer, a strange feeling grew among the humans. This was not just a war. It was history in motion. Every explosion, every maneuver, every cry of fear was part of a story written over hundreds of thousands of years. Humans were small in the galaxy, but they had the advantage of perspective. They could see what had been forgotten, the cost of endless war. "It is beautiful in a terrible way," Noah whispered. "All this destruction, and yet the stars shine through." Alex nodded. "Beauty and terror are always together. The galaxy does not care about your feelings. Humans survive because we care about each other, and that will make all the difference." The humans continued to move through the war zone. They saw fleets of different shapes and sizes, each with its own history. Some ships had markings that had not changed in thousands of years. Some commanders were still alive, leading fleets their ancestors had commanded centuries before. The humans took note of these details, knowing that understanding history was the first step to changing it. After hours of observation, they reached the center of the war zone. Here, the destruction was greatest. Planets were half destroyed, moons had shattered into rings of debris, and entire star systems flickered in and out of existence from energy weapon blasts. Yet even here, the humans moved with calm precision, avoiding every attack, learning every tactic, and preparing for the moment when action would be necessary. "We could intervene," Noah said quietly. "We could stop some attacks right now." Alex shook his head. "Not yet. We must wait until we understand fully. Humans are not saviors yet. We are observers, but we will teach the galaxy something it has forgotten. Patience is as important as strength." As the USS Star Destroyer moved in silence, they began to see patterns in alien behavior. One fleet always attacked from the same side. Another repeated a slow, predictable maneuver. Humans learned faster than the aliens had ever learned. They saw where weaknesses were, where destruction could be avoided, and how war could end if someone acted differently. "Captain," Ethan said after studying the data, "if we act carefully, we could end the war in hours, maybe even minutes. The aliens are too focused on tradition. They cannot adapt like we can." Alex looked at the war zone with calm eyes. "Perhaps. But first, we must make them understand who we are. The galaxy must see humans not as weak, not as insignificant, but as a force that does not fight for pride, power, or revenge. Humans fight for survival and learning, and that is something the galaxy has forgotten. They moved closer to a shattered fleet trapped between two massive alien empires. The humans could see the fear in the alien ships' movements, the panic of the trapped soldiers, and the confusion of the commanders. Humans had never faced such fear directly, but they understood it. Alex made a decision. They would reveal themselves to the galaxy, not as conquerors, but as teachers. "Prepare the message," Alex said. "Send it to the commanders of both empires. Tell them we are here. Tell them the war must stop. They will not believe it. They never do, but that is okay. We will show them." Noah, Ben, and Ethan worked together, composing a message simple in words but powerful in meaning. It did not demand submission. It did not threaten death. It simply told the galaxy that humans were here, humans had seen the war, and humans would act if necessary. When the message was sent, silence filled the bridge. The crew waited. The galaxy did not answer with words. It answered with fire. Thousands of alien ships turned weapons toward the small human ship. Yet the humans were calm. They had prepared for this. They moved with precision, using speed, strategy, and shields to avoid the incoming attacks. "They think we are weak," Alex said quietly. "They will learn soon enough that humans are not weak." And so, the USS Stardestroyer entered the heart of 700,000 years of galactic war. They were small, but they carried the greatest advantage the galaxy had ever forgotten. Humans were not bound by pride, tradition, or fear. Humans were bound only by purpose, logic, and the will to survive. The war would never be the same again. The humans floated silently in the middle of chaos. The USS Stardestroyer was small compared to the massive fleets surrounding it, yet it moved with calm precision. Captain Alex Carter studied the screens in front of him. Beams of red and blue energy cut through space, exploding ships into fragments of metal and fire. Alien soldiers shouted orders through their communication channels, but their commands were chaotic. No one could understand them. The humans watched quietly, learning every move, every mistake. "Captain," Lieutenant Noah King said, pointing at a formation of ships, "they are trying to trap us. Thousands of ships forming walls around us. If we make a wrong move, we could be destroyed." Alex nodded, calm as ever. "Let them try. Humans do not fight like them. We do not need numbers. We only need understanding." Commander Ben Harris tapped his console, analyzing the enemy fleet. "Their weapons are powerful but predictable. If we move carefully, we can avoid every strike and still make our point. They have never faced strategy like this." Engineer Ethan Brooks adjusted the Star Destroyer's engines. "I have increased shield output and engine responsiveness. We can dodge faster than they can aim. The question is, how do we get them to stop without destroying everything?" Alex smiled faintly. "We will make them see humans differently. Humans do not fight for pride, revenge, or tradition. Humans fight for survival and knowledge. We will show them that." The human ship moved closer to the trapped fleet. The alien soldiers inside it looked confused. They had never seen a ship so small, so seemingly weak, yet so confident. The Star Destroyer did not fire. It did not attack. It only moved closer, scanning, observing, and calculating. The trapped fleet fired desperately, trying to hit something that could not be touched. Every beam missed. Every missile passed harmlessly by. "They think we are weak," Alex said quietly. "They will learn soon." The humans sent a message directly to the commanders of the two largest fleets. The message was simple, clear, and unlike anything the galaxy had seen. "We are here. Stop the fighting. We do not wish to destroy. We only wish to end this war." The response was not words. It was rage. Beams of energy and swarms of missiles moved toward the Star Destroyer. Alien ships formed attack formations, trying to surround the human vessel. Yet the humans did not panic. They moved with precision. They dodged every strike, their shields absorbing impacts that would have destroyed other ships. Amazing, Noah whispered. They cannot hit us. It is like we are untouchable. Ben shook his head. Not untouchable, careful. They are strong but slow to think. Humans see what they cannot. The trapped fleet began to notice something strange. Their enemies, the massive fleets that had been killing each other for centuries, stopped attacking them. The humans had not fired a single shot. The alien commanders looked at one another in confusion. A single human ship was doing what entire fleets had failed to do for hundreds of thousands of years. It was holding the war in its hands without firing a weapon. "Send another message," Alex said. "Tell them we will act if they do not stop. Warn them calmly and clearly. Humans do not threaten with pride. Humans warn with reason." Noah sent the message. The response was more attacks, yet the Star Destroyer moved like a shadow through the storm. Its shields held. Its engines dodged every strike. Alien soldiers stared at the sensors in disbelief. Their weapons could not touch the humans. Their formations were useless. All their experience, all their centuries of war meant nothing against a species that acted with logic, precision, and courage. "They are panicking," Ethan said. "Look at the signals. Shields are fluctuating. Weapons are being misused. They do not know what to do." Alex's eyes were calm. "This is the first step. Fear is powerful, but understanding is stronger. Soon they will see that humans do not fight like them. They fight to end conflict, not to prolong it." The humans moved even closer to the heart of the battle. Planets burned. Moons were shattered. Starships exploded in waves. Yet the humans remained calm. They observed everything, recording data, calculating every move. They saw weaknesses that alien commanders could not see. They noticed patterns that had existed for millennia. Humans understood how to end the war without destroying everything. "We can do it," Alex said quietly. "We can show them peace without surrendering. We can teach the galaxy something it has forgotten." The trapped fleet began to communicate with the humans. Their language was broken and hurried. The humans listened carefully. They understood the fear and confusion. They could feel the exhaustion of species who had been fighting for 700,000 years. The aliens begged for help, thinking humans were too weak to resist. They did not know the humans had no need to fear. Humans fought differently. Humans thought differently. Humans survived differently. "Prepare the systems," Alex said. "We may need to act soon. If they refuse to stop, we will show them power they have never imagined. But first we try reason." The humans sent one final message before action. It was not a threat. It was not a demand. It was a truth. "Stop this war. Humans are here. We will act if you do not." The galaxy heard it, but many refused to believe it. Alien commanders laughed. They had faced fleets larger than this ship hundreds of times. A single human vessel could not possibly change the course of the galaxy. Then, something unexpected happened. A small attack group from one empire moved closer to the Star Destroyer. They fired at it without hesitation. The humans moved calmly, dodging every strike. Shields flared, engines shifted, yet the humans did not fire back. The alien commanders were confused. Why did this small ship not fight? Why did it not retaliate? Their rage grew. "They are testing us," Noah whispered. "They want to see if we will react." "Maybe," Alex said. "Or maybe they do not understand that humans do not fight the way they do. Humans are not controlled by fear, pride, or revenge. Humans fight to survive, and that is a kind of strength they cannot understand." The alien fleet continued to attack, increasing in desperation. Missiles, beams, and energy waves all moved toward the Star Destroyer. The human ship dodged, blocked, and maneuvered through the storm. Every strike was calculated. Every movement was precise. Alien soldiers began to whisper in confusion. Their commanders shouted orders that made no sense. Centuries of experience and tradition were useless against a single human ship. "They cannot understand," Ethan said. "Humans do not fight like this. The galaxy is not ready." "They will learn," Alex said, "and they will survive better because of it. Humans teach by example, not by force. If we act carefully, we can stop centuries of death in minutes. That is the difference. As the Star Destroyer moved, it became clear to everyone watching that humans were different. Alien soldiers stopped firing just to see how the humans would act. Commanders debated with each other. They could not comprehend the confidence of a species so small, yet so certain. The humans were calm, but every eye in the galaxy watched them. The humans had become a symbol of something unknown, hope and power combined. "We need to make a choice," Alex said. "We can end this now or wait until more fleets arrive." Humans do not need numbers to act, only clarity. Clarity and courage are enough. Noah looked at him nervously. "But Captain, if we act, can we really stop them all?" Alex smiled faintly. "Yes, humans survive because we see clearly, think ahead, and act with purpose. We do not need to destroy everything. We only need to show the way. The galaxy will follow if we do it correctly." The humans moved into the center of the trapped fleet. The alien ships were tense. They did not understand what humans were doing. They had never faced species like this. Humans were small, yet calm. Humans were quiet, yet precise. Humans were confident, yet restrained. The trapped fleet began to realize something incredible. Humans could end the war without even firing a weapon. "They are not attacking," Noah said in disbelief. They are teaching us something." Ben nodded. "This is human strategy. They show power without destroying. They show strength without pride. Humans fight to survive, not to dominate. The galaxy has never seen this before." Alex spoke softly into the communication channels. "We are here to stop the war. All sides must stand down. Humans will act if necessary. We do not wish to destroy. We only wish to end this conflict. Consider this your warning." The alien fleets hesitated. For the first time in centuries, commanders did not know what to do. They could not attack a ship that did not threaten them. They could not ignore a species that moved with purpose. They had never faced a force like this. Humans were small, but their clarity, courage, and focus made them larger than entire fleets. "They will act," Ethan said. "If we do not obey, they will end this war in minutes." Alex nodded. "Yes, and that is exactly what they need to learn. The galaxy has forgotten reason. Humans remember it. We will act if necessary, but we will give them a chance first. That is what makes us human." The trapped fleet slowly lowered weapons. The attacking empires stopped firing. For the first time in 700,000 years, a silence filled the battle zone. The humans had done nothing but move, observe, and communicate, yet they had changed the course of history. The galaxy had seen humans, and it understood that things could be different. The Star Destroyer floated in the center of the war zone, small, calm, and powerful in ways no one had ever measured. Alien commanders stared at the screens, confused and fearful. Centuries of war could be ended by a species they had ignored for too long. Humans had revealed themselves, and the galaxy had no choice but to take notice. "Prepare for action," Alex said quietly. "The next step will decide everything. Humans will show the galaxy the meaning of true strength. But it will be done carefully, with precision and with purpose. That is the way humans fight." And so, in the middle of centuries of chaos, humans revealed themselves. They did not attack. They did not shout or threaten. They moved with calm clarity. The galaxy watched, listened, and waited. In 50 minutes, everything would change. The galaxy held its breath. Alien commanders stared at the small human ship in disbelief. The USS Star Destroyer had entered the center of the war zone and had done nothing but move calmly and send messages. Now, after decades of endless fighting, humans were about to act. Captain Alex Carter stood on the bridge, his hands resting lightly on the console. His eyes scanned the battlefield, noting every movement, every ship, every weak point. "Prepare the systems," Alex said quietly. "We act in 50 minutes. Everything we have learned will be used, but carefully. Humans do not act recklessly." Lieutenant Noah King nodded. "All systems ready, Captain. Weapons, shields, engines, everything is functioning perfectly. But are we really going to do this? Stop fleets that have fought for centuries in minutes? Alex's face was calm. Yes, humans survive by thinking. We do not need numbers, only clarity and focus. The galaxy underestimates humans because it has forgotten what we can do. Engineer Ethan Brooks tapped the console, adjusting power outputs. Energy levels are at maximum. Weapons can fire faster than any alien system. Shields can absorb enormous attacks. We are ready. Commander Ben Harris leaned forward. But Captain, there are thousands of ships, whole civilizations. Can one ship really do this? Alex smiled faintly. One ship, if guided by humans, can do anything. We do not destroy everything. We disable, we disrupt, we show power. The galaxy has never seen humans act together with focus. That is our advantage. The humans moved closer to the largest fleet. Beams of energy and missiles were still being fired at them, but their shields held. Alien commanders could not believe what they saw. A single ship survived hundreds of attacks without firing a shot. They whispered to one another, unsure of what to do. Begin sequence, Alex said. Target systems, not ships. Disable weapons, engines, and communications. No destruction of planets. Show them what precision looks like. Ethan activated the weapon systems. They did not fire destructive missiles or energy beams. Instead, small focused pulses moved through the enemy fleets. Engines shut down. Shields faltered. Weapons stopped working. Alien soldiers screamed in confusion as their own systems betrayed them. Entire fleets froze in place, unable to move, unable to fight. Incredible, Noah whispered. They are falling apart and we haven't even hit them directly. That is human thinking, Alex said. We target the right points, the points that matter. Not every ship, not every weapon. Only what is needed to stop war. Alien commanders tried to respond. Orders were shouted. Signals were sent. But the humans had already predicted these moves. Communications failed. Weapons did not fire. Engines refused to respond. Fleets that had fought for centuries were paralyzed in moments. The galaxy began to see humans as something more than a small, insignificant species. Focus on the largest fleet, Alex said. Once they fall, the others will follow. Humans do not need to destroy all enemies at once. Clarity and precision are stronger than numbers. The pulses of the Star Destroyer moved through the largest fleet. Ships powered down, weapons shut off, and shields failed. Alien soldiers could only watch as centuries of war collapsed before them. They had trained their whole lives for this moment, yet they could not fight. Humans had shown them that endless war could end without destruction of entire civilizations. Look at them, Ethan said. They are panicking. Some are begging for surrender. Some are trying to escape. They do not understand humans yet. They will understand soon, Alex said. This is the beginning. The galaxy has forgotten reason, but humans remember it. Humans can end war with thought, not just force. The second largest fleet moved to attack, thinking the humans could be defeated by numbers. The Star Destroyer responded instantly. Focused pulses moved through their ships, disabling engines and weapons without destroying them. Entire fleets froze in place. Alien soldiers stared at screens in disbelief. Centuries of training and tradition were meaningless against a single human ship. Captain, Noah said, it is happening faster than I expected. Half of the fleets are already disabled. Alex nodded. That is because humans do not act blindly. We think ahead, predict moves, and strike where it counts. The galaxy has never seen strategy like this. We will continue until all fighting stops. Ethan worked quickly, recalculating targets and energy outputs. The humans moved with precision, striking only the necessary systems to end combat. Planets were unharmed. Moons were untouched, yet the power displayed was undeniable. Alien commanders could only watch as their fleets, which had fought for centuries, became helpless in minutes. They cannot believe this is happening, Ethan said. They are panicking even more. Good, Alex said calmly. Panic forces mistakes. Humans can act while others falter. We survive because we think clearly under pressure. As the pulses disabled more ships, the humans saw something else. Alien soldiers were beginning to realize they could survive. Fleets no longer fought blindly. Commanders hesitated, unsure of what to do. Humans had done something no one else could. They had stopped war without killing millions. This was human strength in its purest form. "Prepare final sequence," Alex said. "We will finish this in minutes." After this, the galaxy will know humans are not to be underestimated. Noah's hands flew over the console. "We are ready, Captain. Every system is primed." Ethan adjusted the engines, increasing energy flow to the weapon systems. "Final pulses ready. We will target the remaining active fleets with precision. No unnecessary destruction." Ben nodded. "All other fleets are observing. Once we act, they will understand. Humans are not ordinary. Humans are a force beyond their comprehension." The humans activated the final sequence. Energy pulses moved through every active fleet. Engines shut down. Weapons went offline. Communication systems failed. Fleets froze mid-space. Alien commanders could not believe their eyes. Centuries of war ended in moments. Fleets that had fought for hundreds of thousands of years were completely disabled without destruction of life or planets. "Look at that," Noah whispered. "We did it. 500,000 ships paralyzed, all in less than 50 minutes. Alex's eyes were calm. "Humans understand power. We do not need destruction to win. We do not need pride to act. We only need clarity, precision, and purpose. That is the difference." Across the galaxy, sensors picked up the change. Alarms sounded in every command center. Alien species that had fought endlessly now faced a new reality. Humans could end war in minutes without firing a single destructive shot. Historians would later call this moment legendary, though they could not understand how a single species had achieved it. "The fleets are surrendering," Ethan said quietly. "They are begging for instructions. They are afraid to move without our guidance." "Good," Alex said. "We will guide them carefully. Humans do not conquer. Humans teach. The galaxy will follow if we act wisely." The humans sent a simple message to all active commanders. The words were clear and calm. "The war is over. Stand down. Humans will act if necessary, but we prefer peace." The fleets listened. Some hesitated. Some questioned. But all understood that resistance was meaningless. Humans had shown their strength. Humans had shown their purpose. Humans had shown that war could end in minutes if reason and precision were used. "This is incredible," Noah said. "The galaxy is silent. They are not firing, not moving, not arguing. Everything stopped." Alex smiled faintly. "Yes, humans have shown the difference between endless war and reason. We survive because we act with purpose. We win without unnecessary destruction. The galaxy has forgotten this, but humans remember it." Ethan adjusted the Star Destroyer's systems. "All fleets are disabled, weapons offline, engines offline, communication mostly offline. The war has ended. In 50 minutes, 700,000 years of conflict are over." Ben shook his head. "I never thought I would see this." Entire civilizations, fleets, and empires stopped by one human ship. They cannot believe it. The galaxy will never be the same. Alex looked out the viewport at the fleets, frozen in space. Planets burned less than before. Moons were unharmed. The galaxy had survived. Humans had survived. They had ended a war that had lasted hundreds of thousands of years with precision, not pride. "Prepare to communicate," Alex said. "We will ensure they understand. Humans do not take victory lightly. We teach, we guide, we protect." The galaxy must learn this lesson. Noah, Ethan, and Ben worked together, sending messages to every disabled fleet. The words were simple: the war is over. No more fighting. Humans have acted to protect life. Follow our guidance and peace will remain. The messages reached every corner of the battlefield. Alien commanders read them in disbelief. Centuries of hatred and pride dissolved in minutes. Humans had done what no one else could. "Captain," Noah said quietly, they understand. Some of them are lowering shields. "Weapons are offline, they are waiting for our orders," Alex nodded. "Good. Humans do not destroy. Humans protect. We have acted with clarity, courage, and purpose. The galaxy will remember this." The US Star Destroyer floated in the center of the battlefield, small and calm. Alien fleets had stopped. Centuries of war were over. Humans had acted in 50 minutes. The galaxy had never seen power, precision, and reason like this before. Humans had ended a war that had lasted 700,000 years. "We have done it," Ethan said softly. "The war is over." "Yes," Alex said, "and the galaxy will remember why humans survive. Not because we are the strongest, but because we act with clarity, purpose, and wisdom. That is what makes us human." And so, the humans of the US Star Destroyer had done the impossible. In 50 minutes, 700,000 years of galactic war ended. Fleets froze. Planets were safe. Civilizations survived. Humans had shown the galaxy a new way to fight, survive, and think. The galaxy would never be the same again. The galaxy was silent. For the first time in 700,000 years, no ships fired, no weapons glowed, and no explosions shook planets or moons. The alien fleets hovered in space, frozen in place, engines and weapons offline. Commanders stared at their screens in disbelief. Centuries of war had ended in 50 minutes, and no one could believe it. The humans of the US Star Destroyer had done what no empire, no fleet, and no alliance had ever achieved. Captain Alex Carter stood on the bridge, calm as always. His eyes scanned the frozen fleets. Lieutenant Noah King and engineer Ethan Brooks worked at the consoles, checking systems and monitoring every ship. Commander Ben Harris observed the alien signals, analyzing the reactions of thousands of commanders. The silence was deafening, but it was also full of meaning. The galaxy had learned something new, something it had forgotten. Humans acted with clarity and purpose, and humans survived because they thought, not just fought. "They are looking at us," Noah said quietly. "All the fleets, they are waiting. They do not know what to do." "Good," Alex said calmly. "They need to understand. Humans do not destroy. Humans guide. Humans show the way. Now they see that war can end without death on this scale. That is our message." Ethan pointed at the displays. "Some fleets are sending signals. They are confused, scared, and curious. They are asking for instructions. They want to know what they should do next." Alex nodded. "They will follow. Humans do not force. Humans lead by example. The galaxy will learn peace because humans have acted wisely. We will not force it, but we will guide it." The humans prepared messages for every fleet, carefully choosing words that would be clear to alien species. They were simple but powerful. "Stop fighting. Protect your civilizations. Follow guidance." Humans have ended the war to save life, not to claim victory. "Sending now," Noah said. "All channels, every fleet." The messages moved across space, reaching thousands of ships. Alien commanders read them. Some lowered shields immediately. Others paused, unsure of what to do. The silence stretched across light years, broken only by the quiet hum of the US Star Destroyer. "They are listening," Ben said. "They are actually listening. Centuries of war ended in 50 minutes. They cannot believe it, but they see the results. Humans have shown the truth." Alex looked out the viewport at the fleets. "Truth is stronger than pride. Humans understand this. That is why we survive. We will now guide them to ensure no more unnecessary fighting occurs." The first fleet slowly powered up communications. Their commander, a tall alien with pale green skin and luminous eyes, spoke with trembling voice. "Humans, why have you done this?" Alex responded calmly. "We have acted to stop centuries of death. We do not seek power, we do not seek control. We only seek to show that war can end. You can survive if you follow reason, not pride." The alien commander hesitated, then lowered shields. We understand, But how is this possible? Humans think ahead, Alex said. We act with clarity and purpose. We do not destroy unnecessarily. We show strength through reason, not through fear. You will survive if you follow this path. Across the galaxy, other fleets received similar messages. Slowly, one by one, ships began to lower weapons. Engines powered down. Communication systems opened. Alien soldiers whispered among themselves. The war that had raged for 700,000 years was over. The galaxy was silent, but it was not dead. It was alive with new understanding. Captain, Ethan said, all active fleets are now communicating. They are asking for guidance, not battle orders. They are ready to listen. Humans have changed everything. Alex nodded. Good. Now we will teach them the next step. Humans do not destroy, humans guide. The galaxy must learn peace, and we will show it carefully. Noah pointed at a display. Some planets were badly damaged, cities destroyed, moons shattered. How do we make sure they do not resume fighting? We show them care, Alex said. We offer assistance, reconstruction, guidance. Humans survive because we act wisely. Humans teach by example. If we help them rebuild, they will remember that humans act for life, not for destruction. Ethan prepared communications and support drones. The drones could repair ships, stabilize planets, and provide supplies to endangered civilizations. Humans had not attacked with destruction, and now they would act to restore life. Alien commanders watched with cautious curiosity. They had never seen a species act this way. Begin deployment, Alex said. We will restore life and show that humans act differently. This is how war ends, not through fear but through wisdom. Drones moved from the Stardestroyer into space, repairing engines, restoring shields, and delivering supplies to fleets that had been frozen for centuries. Alien soldiers watched in awe as their own ships were restored without human destruction. The message was clear: humans did not conquer, humans helped. Look at them, Noah said. They are actually relieved. They are lowering their weapons voluntarily. No one is fighting. Humans have changed them. Ben nodded. This is unprecedented. Never before has the galaxy seen peace enforced without destruction. Humans are teaching the greatest lesson of all. War is unnecessary if reason guides action. The alien fleets began to organize. They sent messages to one another, coordinating rebuilding efforts. Centuries of conflict were replaced by cooperation, curiosity, and cautious trust. Humans monitored every action, ready to intervene only if necessary. They did not demand loyalty or control. They simply guided the galaxy toward a new path. We are doing more than stopping war, Alex said softly. We are teaching life. Humans survive because we care. Humans lead because we think. The galaxy will remember this, and it will remember humans. Noah looked around. Captain, they are celebrating. Some fleets are firing displays of light, not weapons. Others are sending messages of thanks. We ended war without bloodshed. It feels unreal. Humans do not fight to celebrate, Alex said. We act to protect life. But yes, it is good to see the galaxy breathing again. After 700,000 years of war, they need this moment. Ethan watched the fleets repairing themselves. They are learning quickly. Some species are already forming councils instead of armies. They are discussing trade, knowledge, and alliances. Humans have given them a chance to start anew. Exactly, Alex said. Humans survive because we act with clarity and purpose. We show alternatives. The galaxy needed humans not as warriors but as guides. Now they see that reason can replace centuries of hate. The Star Destroyer moved slowly among the fleets. Humans did not demand respect. They did not issue commands. They only offered guidance, repair, and reassurance. Alien commanders spoke openly with the humans, asking questions about human history, human strategy, and human ethics. Humans answered simply, without arrogance. They showed how war could end if thinking and cooperation replaced pride and revenge. Captain, Noah said, this is amazing. They are actually learning from us. They are asking how humans survived and why humans did not destroy anything. It is like history is changing before our eyes. Alex nodded. Yes, humans survive because we think ahead. Humans act with care. And now the galaxy will see that endless war is unnecessary. Humans teach through action, not through conquest. The silence of space was now filled with conversation. Alien species shared knowledge, coordinated repairs, and rebuilt fleets. Planets slowly recovered. Moons stabilized. Cities that had been abandoned were being repaired with human help. Humans had stopped war, and now they were helping life thrive again. "We have done it," Ethan said quietly. "We ended centuries of fighting. We are guiding them. They are learning the meaning of peace." "Humans survive because we act wisely," Alex said softly. "Humans do not destroy to win. Humans protect to survive. And the galaxy is finally beginning to understand that." The first day after the battle passed, alien fleets moved slowly, still cautious but no longer hostile. Planets began to stabilize. Humans remained in the center of the former war zone, ready to guide, assist, and teach. The galaxy was alive, not in chaos, but in hope. "The galaxy will remember this," Noah said. "It will remember humans as the species that ended a 700,000-year war in 50 minutes and helped life survive." Alex smiled faintly. "Humans survived not because we were the strongest, but because we were the wisest. Humans think, humans care, humans act with purpose. That is why the galaxy will never forget this moment." And so, after 50 minutes of action that ended 700,000 years of war, the galaxy was silent, alive, and watching humans carefully. The fleets had been disabled, civilizations had been saved, and life had a chance to rebuild. The humans of the USS Stardestroyer had done what no one else could. They stopped war without destruction, and they began teaching the galaxy the value of reason, clarity, and care. The galaxy would never be the same again, for it had seen humans act, and humans had shown what true power and true peace could look like. The galaxy was no longer a place of endless war. Alien fleets floated in space, engines powered down, weapons silent. Planets slowly healed, moons stabilized, and civilizations cautiously began to rebuild. The humans of the USS Stardestroyer moved among the fleets, calm and careful, helping wherever needed. They did not demand thanks. They did not seek power. They only acted to guide, repair, and show the galaxy that war could end without destruction. Captain Alex Carter stood on the bridge, looking at the fleets that had once fought endlessly. His eyes were calm, but his mind was busy, watching every movement, calculating every possibility. Lieutenant Noah King and engineer Ethan Brooks worked at the consoles, monitoring communications and drone repairs. Commander Ben Harris observed alien behavior, noting which species were adapting and which were still cautious. The galaxy was quiet, but it was alive with hope. "Captain," Noah said, "they are beginning to form councils. Fleets are communicating, trading, and coordinating repairs. Some species are asking for advice on governance and peacekeeping. Humans have done more than end a war. We are teaching life how to survive differently." Alex nodded. "That is the goal. Humans survive because we act with clarity and purpose. We do not destroy to win. We guide to protect. The galaxy needed humans not as conquerors but as teachers. Now they will remember that lesson forever." Ethan adjusted the drones, sending some to help repair damaged planets and some to aid fleets. They are learning quickly. Alien soldiers are cooperating instead of fighting. Commanders are holding meetings instead of giving orders to fire. The galaxy is actually changing. "Good," Alex said. "Humans act carefully. We lead through example, not threats. We give life a chance, and the galaxy will remember that humans survived because we think differently." As the hours passed, more fleets joined the cooperative efforts. Alien species that had been enemies for centuries now worked side by side. Supplies were shared. Damaged ships were repaired. Planets received food, medicine, and technology that could help them recover. Humans did not interfere except to guide. Their presence alone reminded the galaxy of what had just happened. A 700,000-year war ended in 50 minutes without unnecessary destruction. "Look at them," Noah said. "They are actually smiling, if that is the right word. The soldiers, the commanders, they are relieved. They are learning peace." Ben nodded. "It is remarkable. They have never seen anything like this. Humans survive not by fighting harder but by thinking clearer. The galaxy will remember this forever." Alex smiled faintly. "Exactly. Humans survive because we learn from history, act with care, and think ahead. We do not destroy when it is not necessary. That is why we are still here, and why the galaxy now has a chance to survive differently." Over the next days, humans continued their work. They guided fleets, helped rebuild cities, and advised on the creation of councils that could prevent future wars. Alien species listened, slowly understanding that humans were not here to dominate but to show a better way. Even the most aggressive species began to change. Centuries of pride and hatred gave way to cooperation, curiosity, and cautious trust. "Captain," Ethan said, "some fleets are starting trade agreements. They are sharing technology, food, and medicine. They are coordinating patrols to prevent attacks." Humans have started a new era in the galaxy." Alex nodded. "Good. Humans survive because we think ahead. Humans act with purpose. Humans do not destroy unnecessarily. The galaxy is learning the same lesson, and that will ensure peace for generations." Noah pointed at a display. "There are still damaged planets and moons. Some cities are destroyed. How do we make sure those civilizations survive?" "We guide," Alex said. "We provide aid where needed. Humans survive because we think clearly and act wisely. The galaxy will follow our example. They will rebuild without repeating old mistakes." As the humans moved among the fleets, alien commanders began to communicate openly. They shared histories, explained their cultures, and asked questions about humans. Humans answered simply, honestly, and without arrogance. They did not impose their ways. They only showed how humans had survived their own history of war and how they had learned to act with clarity and care. "They are learning quickly," Noah said. "Some species are asking about human governance, trade, and diplomacy. They want to know how humans survived and why humans did not destroy anything. It is like we are teaching an entire galaxy." Alex nodded. "Yes, humans survive because we act with wisdom, not pride. Humans do not destroy to win. Humans protect to survive. The galaxy will now see that clearly, and that is how real peace begins." Over the next week, alien fleets formed councils to manage resources, mediate disputes, and coordinate recovery efforts. Humans continued to guide from the background, offering advice and assistance. Alien species began to trust one another, forming alliances based on reason and necessity rather than fear and pride. The galaxy was learning, and humans were the teachers. "Captain," Ethan said quietly, "it is remarkable. Fleets that once fought for centuries are now cooperating. Planets are being repaired. Civilizations are communicating. Humans have changed everything." Alex smiled. "Humans survive because we think ahead and act with purpose. Humans do not destroy unnecessarily. Humans guide to protect. The galaxy has finally seen what humans can do, and it will remember it." As peace spread, humans prepared to return to Earth. Their work was not yet finished, but the galaxy now had a chance to survive differently. Fleets were stable, planets were recovering, and civilizations were beginning to communicate across distances that had once been battlegrounds. The humans of the USS Stardestroyer had done what no one else could. They had ended a 700,000-year war in 50 minutes and begun a new era of cooperation. "Captain," Noah said, "do we leave now? They are stable, cooperating, and listening." "Humans have done all we can for the moment," Alex nodded. "Yes, humans survive because we know when to act and when to withdraw. We have guided the galaxy to a turning point. Now it is their turn to learn, adapt, and thrive. Ethan activated the Star Destroyer's engines. Systems ready, Captain. We can leave orbit and return to Earth without interference. Ben checked communications. Fleets are stable. No one is resisting. The galaxy has learned the lesson. Humans can leave without danger. Alex took one last look at the fleets, planets, and moons. Humans survive not because we conquer, but because we think clearly, act wisely, and protect life. The galaxy has seen this. The lesson will remain. The USS Star Destroyer slowly moved away from the center of the former war zone. Alien fleets watched in silence, understanding that the humans were leaving by choice, not force. Humans had not demanded worship or obedience. They had only guided, helped, and taught. The galaxy understood that humans were different, and that difference was powerful. "Look at them," Noah said. "They are waving, if that is the right word. They understand humans saved them. They respect humans without fear. It is beautiful." Alex smiled faintly. "Yes. Humans survive because we think ahead, care for others, and act with purpose. The galaxy will remember this. It will rebuild differently. Humans have shown the way." As the Star Destroyer moved toward Earth, alien fleets continued their recovery efforts. They coordinated, communicated, and planned for a future without endless war. Humans had changed the galaxy in 50 minutes, but the lessons would last for centuries. The galaxy had seen what humans could do, and it would not forget. "Captain," Ethan said quietly, "do you think they will repeat old mistakes?" Alex shook his head. "No. Humans survive because we remember history and learn from it. The galaxy has seen humans act wisely. They will follow the example, or they will be shown again. But the first lesson is always the strongest. Humans lead by example, not by force." Noah looked at the stars ahead. "And Earth, humans are returning home. After all this, our own planet will feel small compared to what we have done." Alex nodded. "Small, yes. But humans survive not because of size, but because of clarity, courage, and purpose. We will return to Earth, but the galaxy will continue on a new path. Humans have acted wisely. Humans have led. Humans have survived." The Star Destroyer moved steadily through the stars, leaving behind fleets that were no longer enemies, planets that were no longer battlegrounds, and civilizations that were learning to cooperate. Humans had ended a 700,000-year war in 50 minutes, and they had begun a new era of peace. The galaxy would never forget this. "Captain," Noah said softly, "the galaxy will remember us." Alex smiled. "Yes, humans survive because we think, act, and protect. Humans do not destroy to win. Humans guide to survive. And the galaxy will always remember the humans who ended a war that lasted 700,000 years in 50 minutes. And so, the USS Star Destroyer continued its journey home. The galaxy was alive, peaceful, and learning. Humans had acted with clarity, courage, and wisdom. They had changed history, saved life, and shown that true power comes not from destruction, but from reason, guidance, and care. The galaxy would never be the same again.